Hey guys, Ivan here, and 10 weeks out of Mr. Olympia, we have Chris Bumstead physique update. Already we have a good one, you can see a lot, it's pretty revealing, and it seems like Chris is getting in shape really quickly. Now, I watched his full day eating video, and apparently he's eating 3,800 calories. That is not a little, that is a lot of food. There are other top pro bodybuilders, open bodybuilders, who are eating way less, or way more than him. So it looks like he's one of those genetic freaks who can get away with eating a lot of food. And also he has that kidney issue, so he cannot really eat a lot of protein. So a lot of those calories are coming from fats and carbs. So good for him, he's having probably an easy time. He's enjoying his prep and getting leaner by the day. So at 10 weeks out, he's in a really good shape. He doesn't look 10 weeks out. He's gonna be cruising. He's gonna probably take it slower now. Maybe even increase the calories so he doesn't lose the weight too fast. And he is actually gonna grow into the show. How is this possible? Him being this big already, growing to the show? Well, you guys know that he has that autoimmune system disease, so he cannot push the gear too much in the off season. And then when his prep starts, that's when he does that. And that's why he grows. He had 10 more pounds last year to add to his weight limit. So did he add those 10 pounds? Let's say he didn't add 10 pounds, but is he gonna be 3 pounds bigger? That's gonna be a huge gain. 3 pounds is a lot. I mean, go to the store and buy 3 pounds of chicken breast and look at how much that is. That's a lot of muscle. That's a lot of weight, actually. So if he's 3 pounds bigger, and I think he will be, because he looks like this and his prep only just started, he's gonna be amazing at Mr. Olympia. I'm not even talking about is he gonna win it. Who can challenge this guy? Nobody, really. I'm just talking about how good will he be, and he's gonna be great, because right now he looks amazing. Also, his caption says bar is a little bit higher this year, so he wants to be even better. And what is his driving factor? Trying to beat anybody? He basically has no competition. It's a one-man show. It's gonna be just him showing himself, and then everybody else is battling for second, third, and the other spots. Like, who can challenge him? Rob Diesel? No. Brian Ansley? Nah. Maybe Peter Molnar, but we don't know how he looks standing next to Chris. And in all likelihood, he's also not gonna be at that level, so probably not even him. Everybody else, Logan Franklin, Alex Cabronero, no. I think Chris is in a league of his own, and nobody can challenge him this year. I think he's set in stone. Unlike Big Ramy, in my opinion. I think Big Ramy can beat the throne easily, but not Chris. So Chris, right now, at 10 weeks out, looks rock hard, basically for 10 weeks out, and just watch him progress. Get bigger, fuller, rounder, and harder. I think he's gonna blow our minds at this year's Mr. Olympia and crush a lot of people's dreams, and also probably demotivate a lot of us who are trying to do the classic physique, and seeing him being this big, this freaking impressive, I don't know, it seems pretty unrealistic actually, even though classic physique seems achievable for everybody. I don't know if that's the case, I don't know. I mean, Chris, he's huge actually, he's really massive, and all the mass he has is very high quality kind of mass, kind of muscle. So really an extraordinary physique. 10 weeks out, it looks great. Alright, next we have Jeremy Potwin, a former men's physique competitor. I think he was like top 4 at the Mr. Olympia, making a transfer to classic physique. Why am I so interested in this guy? Why am I mentioning him so much? It's because he was absolutely amazing in men's physique. I always thought he had one of the craziest muscle bellies ever. That chest was just ridiculous, the back was also really good, and that small, tiny waist, it just made his physique look so impressive. And I always thought if this guy had good legs, he would make a really good bodybuilder, or a classic bodybuilder, classic physique guy, whatever. So finally he decided to make that leap. And in these photos that he's posting, he's not really looking that good, but he's trying. He's trying to gain more muscle in the legs and to learn how to pose. And I'm curious, really curious, because these photos when he was in men's physique, when he gets shredded and when he peaks for the shows, it just looks extraordinary. The kind of muscle that he has, the hardness, the deep cuts, really deep separations, it just looks really impressive, really freaky. So I was always curious, what would it look like if he actually made the transfer and he did it properly? If he got maximum out of himself for the classic physique, and now he's doing it. Hopefully he will push his body to the limits, and he will do everything it takes. Learn how to pose well, get conditioned, grow the legs, try to grow the calves. I know that's pretty much mission impossible if you don't have good genetics, but he can improve them at least a little, and he should do that. And come in a good shape, come bigger, because he has a lot of room to grow. He is far behind his weight limit, so that's going to be an interesting transformation, and I'm curious to see him probably like next year. I don't know what his plans are for competing, but whenever it happens, it's going to be very interesting. Next up, we have this crazy Russian or Ukrainian kid who is just an enormous bodybuilder. He's like 24, 25, something crazy like that. And he gave us some information about how big his arms actually are. They are 53 centimeters, and he's 175 centimeters tall. So in this photo, also right here, he looks massive. The arms are looking really big and thick and round, and also the chest. And overall, he's a huge bodybuilder. I'm really curious what he's gonna look like once he finally manages to turn pro. And that's gonna happen, no doubt about that. It's kind of the same thing with Nick Walker. It was a similar situation. So back when Nick was an amateur, everybody expected him to turn pro because he had everything. He just needed more time to get the maturity. It's the same thing with Good Vito right here. He probably looks even more impressive. He looks humongous. I mean, this looks photoshopped, and it's not photoshopped. I saw the videos. Maybe it is a little, but nonetheless, he is really impressive. I mean, look at the arms and the lats popping at a small waist and those legs. I don't know. I mean, if this is not really Photoshop, I mean, I saw videos, so he is huge, but is he really this big? I don't know about that. Anyways, it's besides the point. What is the point here is that he is gonna make a great professional bodybuilder one day. Potentially, even maybe I can see it. I can't say it's crazy to say that he might win the Mr. Olympia one day because he has all the tools necessary. We'll see what's gonna happen with this guy, but keep in mind, guys, he has a lot of potential. Potential is probably the best word to use. He has everything. He has all the tools. It just takes a little bit more time of carving out those deep, finer details. Sergio Oliva Jr. So he is 8 weeks out of Arnold Classic, and every post he makes, he looks so much more impressive. He looks super impressive right now. Look at the size of this fucking guy. It really seems like he's growing into the show. Is that really what's happening? I don't think so. I think he's just getting leaner and better. He's probably just changing into the kind of gear that he's using, and he's looking more and more impressive every time he posts a photo. And it feels like this is going to be the best Sergio Oliva Jr. we have seen so far, and I think his placement is going to be better than the last time. Last time he was 5th, and that Arnold Classic, it was great Arnold Classic, don't get me wrong, it was a good lineup, but this year's Arnold Classic is something else. This year's Arnold Classic is probably one of the best in like, I don't know, in many years. One of the best Arnold Classics ever, potentially, if these guys really bring it. So we'll see how well will Sergio do. I'm very curious to see him next to Nick Walker because of all the beef that they had. But right now, Sergio looks massive. I was just looking at this photo and I thought I could use these elbow sleeves for my knees. That's how big he is. He's just enormous right now. And finally, I have something interesting. It is interesting. I know a lot of you won't like it, a lot of you will dislike the video for it and not subscribe for my channel, but a lot of you will find it very interesting because it seems like Kai Green's situation is actually legit. Now it seems like he's actually going to be competing. So this is the video that he posted. He looks good, he looks leaner than last time. He does. He's doing cardio and everything. Why do I think it's legit? Let me show you.
So I got a message that I can't say who it's from, but it seems like the Kai Green situation is legit and he's going.
Who did you message?
I'm not telling you who, but
this is coming straight out of Camp Red Talk. That's where this is.
Oh, of course it is. Of course it is. I put two and two together. I just want to know exactly.
it's apparently